Hello, everyone. All day I've just thought about what am I going to say. Honestly, I don't have the words for it. 4 years ago, Nigerians were out asking that their country should protect them, should save them from policemen and women that were killing them, the Special Anti-Robbery Squad, SARS, that was killing them with impunity, robbing them, maiming them. And so they started the EndSARS protest. On the 20th of October 2020, the Nigerian government sent military to kill unarmed protesters who were singing the national anthem and at the same time holding the flag. At that moment, they made everyone to realize that statement that police used to make when they said that they will kill someone, nothing would happen to them, that indeed it was true. Because citizens that had come out to cry that they shouldn't be killed were massacred by soldiers. But before then, they had brought in police to kill, they had brought in thugs to kill protesters. There is a young protester, he was a journalist, who was killed in police detention. What was his crime? He was the one that videoed a politician killing some protesters, and the video went viral. He was arrested and killed in detention. And up to now, 4 years later, his corpse has not been released to his family. Just a few days ago, policemen chased a man, chased him till he fell into a gully, a canal. They robbed him. I think they said they took his money and everything and left him. Good Samaritans rescued him. And the emergency service came in and they took him to hospital. And the following day also, he died. Up to now, a lot of people will tell you of the police brutality that has been going on and the killings that have been going on. Almost as if October 2020 never happened. There are still some EndSARS protesters that are still in captivity, that the government have refused to release them. There are some who just gained freedom 4 years after. As I sit down here, I'm thinking, what is the worth of the Nigerian life? What is the value that the Nigerian government placed on the lives of its citizens? But like some have said, the Nigeria does not even have citizens. That we are not citizens. We are not regarded as such. Such a sad thing. Such a pain. But the most painful part of it all is the fact that citizens were killed and yet the government denied the killing of the people. And there are people also who deny their fellow citizens were killed. The government tried to gaslight the people and tell them that what they witnessed with their eyes wasn't the reality. And they sowed seeds of doubt in people's minds. That's so heinous. Yet, the same government that have said that people were not killed, no one was killed, years later would bring out a contract and give someone a contract to bury the bodies of those EndSARS protesters. Who then are you burying if no one was killed? At the time that the killing happened, we all saw what they did. The military went around and they started packing up the bodies of people who were being killed. Those who were on ground kept shouting that the bodies are being taken away. And I knew some of us said they were cleaning up the evidence. They didn't want the evidence of their massacre to be there. On the 20th of October 2020, the Nigerian government was a terrorist government and it killed its own people, who simply did nothing other than to come to them for protection. There were citizens who said that the EndSARS protesters, they were doing too much. Why are you blocking the road? Why are you stopping people from going? They forget that injustice to one is injustice to all. They forget that yesterday's victims were once survivors. Today's victims were yesterday's survivors, and tomorrow's victims will be today's survivors. I always ask, who is next? From that time of EndSARS to now, a lot of people have had their loved ones killed, or even they themselves have been killed. And whenever I see anybody say, oh, I never knew Nigeria would happen to me, I laugh. And I said, when Nigerians happen to others, you thought you were safe. You thought you were privileged. You thought you were the untouchable, the anointed. And the rest of us are what? The victims? No, what many people do not understand is that we are all victims waiting to happen. And today is 4 years that innocent Nigerians were massacred. I hope they have peace. I hope the peace that eluded them in this country while they were on earth and from this country, I hope they finally found that peace and eternal rest. For all of us, we die one day and we'll go somewhere. EndSARS. EndSARS was that rallying call that brought Nigerians together, irrespective of their differences in religion, in tribe, in gender, in age, in social status, in educational qualification. They all came together with one voice and they shouted, EndSARS. And today, more people are being killed by SARS, by the police that should protect them. More families have had to experience the devastation of what it is for those who are supposed to protect you to be the ones to kill you. EndSARS. EndSARS. 20th of October, 2020. It was such a devastating day. A day I do not think I will ever forget. A day when my belief in Nigeria was shattered. A day when I felt so much like a failure. Because the children that believe in us, that trusted us, we let them down. We let them down and we're not there for them. EndSARS. 20th of October 2020 was such a devastating day. I pray for all the loved ones that were left behind by the victims of EndSARS. I pray God continue to give them the fortitude to bear the loss, and may they find it in their hearts to forgive Nigeria. I don't know whether I can ever forgive Nigeria for what it did. I pray they are kind enough to forgive all of us. EndSARS. October 20, 2020.